Friends, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nikki. We are going to Marshall's. Oh, you can actually see it back there. To do some Amazon retail arbitrage. I've done a lot of these before, so if you want to check them out, I will link them down below. I only have an hour, so I want to see how much profit I can make in 1 hour. So let's do this. I've got I always tell you guys this, my mask, my reusable bags. I'll try to show you a couple things I pick up. I always tell you guys this. I don't do that because inevitably some of you are Amazon sellers, and if I'm currently still selling the item, you would be my competition. And sometimes there are price tankers out there. If you don't know what I mean, I'll leave a link to the video down below where I talk about like Amazon beginner terms, so you know, like price tanking and all those things I'm talking about. I'll link it down below. Really, really helpful for beginner Amazon sellers. All right, friends, let's head inside. And the first section that I saw when I entered the store was the beauty section. They did have some toys up front. I scanned, no luck. I never have the best luck with toys at these stores. I don't know why, but I just keep scanning and keep hoping for the best. So when I enter the beauty section, I first look for the clearance section because I found a lot of really good discontinued beauty products there, not just to sell on Amazon, but also eBay and Poshmark. So check that out. Sometimes it can be a bit of a mess. Like the clearance section at this store, look at this. I mean, some of the stuff was open. There was makeup broken. I was like, what is happening here? I mean, this store is super big, very organized. I'll talk to you more about that at the end of the video, but I don't know, the clearance section in the beauty was just wild. You know, you can see it. This is one of my favorite lip glosses. It's a plumping lip gloss, just side note. But this is what I started and I scanned and I didn't find anything. And that's just how it goes sometimes, friends. I always tell you guys, I share everything, and sometimes you can scan 50 products, 100 products, and not find a single thing. I have sold this Becca, what is it? A lip scrub. I have sold that on Amazon, but I think I only sold it for like $15, so I didn't want to pick that up again. I checked this out. What is this? Oh, Algenist. I'm gated in that brand on Amazon, so I cannot sell that. So I just kept moving. But yeah, the clearance section, didn't find anything. I scanned this shampoo and it didn't come up. I do not create listings on Amazon, you guys. I know you can. I'm just not interested. So if it doesn't come up in Amazon's inventory, I don't sell it. Next, I love checking the men's section. Now, I usually start with socks, boxers, t-shirts. You guys, there's money to be made here. I scan these Michael Kors boxer briefs. I'm gated in Michael Kors on Amazon. If you're ungated, those were selling on Amazon for like $45. Scan these, they did not pop up, but I did scan quite a few boxer briefs, t-shirts. There's also money to be made here, you guys, if you sell these things on Poshmark or Amazon. So check out comps. I always scan this Beverly Hills brand. Is this a brand that is just like TJ Maxx and Marshalls? Because that's the only place I really find it, and Ross, and it never comes up. I don't know why I keep scanning it for Amazon. It never comes up. If you guys know, let me know. I thought it was just like a discount store brand. These Calvin Klein, those I'm also gated in Calvin Klein, which is, I don't know, interesting. I'm not gated in Eddie Bauer though. I did scan those Eddie Bauer t-shirts, but actually Calvin Klein, there's money to be made also if you are not gated. So check it out. Next, I checked the men's clothing section. Stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to give you a lot of tips about Q4, scanning items, what you should scan, what you should keep in mind as far as returns go. But anyways, I love selling clothing on Amazon. It's super easy to scan. It's super easy to ship. So I scanned almost the entire section of men's sweaters, and I found some good stuff that I'll talk to you about in the car. I'm just showing you the pricing here. There's some Michael Kors, there's some Rag & Bone. There's this store, and I've mentioned this before. I've shopped here before and filmed. Is like a Nordstrom, you guys. It's huge. There's so many options here. So I try to come here if I can at least twice a month. Preferably I'd like to come here once a week, but there are some things that are good to flip on Poshmark and eBay also. For some reason, I've noticed that Tommy Hilfiger is having a revival. And when I find thrifted Tommy Hilfiger, it sells pretty quickly for me. So I was kind of interested in finding some Tommy Hilfiger new. I thought it was fascinating. They had Lucky brand. I don't recall finding Lucky at Marshall's. This store is super interesting, you guys. They have Zara, they have Lucky brand, they have Madewell. Remember this sweater because I'm going to show it to you. Actually, I didn't pick this up. Never mind. I was going to say I'm going to show it to you in the car, but I didn't pick that one up. They had a lot of that Joe's jeans sweater. Here's some Tommy Hilfiger. I did look up comps of this for eBay and Poshmark, and it wasn't worth picking up. I was more so looking for like a Tommy Hilfiger sweater to sell, but yeah, you guys, I love scanning men's clothing, especially the athletic wear, the coats, the sweaters, the shirts. There's just a lot of great stuff that you can sell on Amazon, so check it out. Next up, I spend quite a bit of time in the shoe section. I don't know why that was hard to say, shoe section. First of all, why do they price Vineyard Vines like this? $59.99? Get the F out of here. I mean, maybe if it's for your personal use, I don't know. You could find it cheaper on Poshmark and eBay new. I just thought that was interesting. So I went to the shoe section, and one of you guys actually educated me. I always thought that you could only sell shoes. I'm having problems with S's. Sell shoes if they were in the actual shoe box. But some of you have told me that you sell shoes on Amazon without a box. I guess you guys are just putting it in a poly bag and you've never had any problems. So let me know if you do that. I didn't know that. If that's the case, I need to start sending Amazon a lot more shoes because I pass on all of these because they don't have a box. So I spent a great deal of time in the shoe section, you guys. I did not find any winners. I did find some Adidas that I'm going to show you, but there were like 25 or 35 sellers on that listing, so I didn't pick those up. As you can see, they don't have any shoe boxes, but like I said, you guys told me that doesn't matter, so I'll give that a try and report back. I moved on to the athletic shoe section. I checked out these Pumas. That particular shoe had something like 50 sellers on it. If there are that many sellers, you guys, I just tend to not pick it up because you're competing with all those sellers. So that was just too many sellers for me. I did scan this boot that came up, and I think there were 29 sellers. Always check slippers, you guys. I checked these and the comps weren't that great. I think they were only selling for like $2 more on Amazon, but those are, what am I trying to say? Those are an item that people like to gift, and sometimes there's really good money to be made on those. So check those out. I'm going to show you the Adidas shoes I was talking about in a second that had like 2 million sellers on it. And then we're going to go back to the car and I'm going to share all my tips and tricks with you. I think I share some really good info in the car, so let's just get into that. I'm a little chatty, but I really do share some good stuff that I think will be helpful. Here's the Adidas that I was talking about. I think they're called the Cloud Foam or the Memory Foam Adidas. There's the name, Cloud Foam Pure. Way too many sellers. If you don't mind competing with them, pick it up, but let's go to the car and I will give you some more tips. All right, friends, I made it out actually in 50 minutes. Wanted to share some info with you that I didn't share in the voiceover. They just called me about my car. My car is fixed. If you know the story, you know my car was broken into. So I'm kind of, this sounds super stupid and petty, but I'm very, first of all, I miss my car. Number one, I miss my car. Number two, I don't like filming in here. So petty. Just like there's nowhere to set my phone, so my arm starts hurting and I feel like I rush talking to you guys. Super petty, super frivolous, but like I said, number one, I miss my car. Once you've had your car for a while, you just kind of get comfortable with your own car. So that's exciting. I'll go pick that up tomorrow before work. I think I did pretty well in there. I did not hit a lot of the spots I usually hit. I wanted to tell you guys, I usually go into Home Goods. I scan a lot of the holiday stuff, but I've noticed over the years that a lot of the holiday stuff I scan at like TJ Maxx or Marshalls is made specifically for them. Not all of it. Of course, there's some brands that, you know, are sent there, but a lot of it just doesn't even come up when I scan it. But I still scan and find some stuff. I usually score in the grocery section of these stores. I usually scan everything, you guys. Olive oils. I've sold mayonnaise. I've sold coffee. I get a lot of Starbucks from there. I'm ungated in Starbucks, so what I'll do is bundle them up and do that, but I didn't have time. This store has a huge grocery section. Something I learned, I just listened to people. I used to have my headphones in while I was doing this, but now I just try to listen to like the employees talking and stuff, and I learn a lot. One of the ladies that worked at the fitting room said that this is one of the largest Marshalls in Southern California. Remember when I came here for the first time, you guys, I was like, this place is huge. Like, I'm not kidding. It's the size of a Nordstrom or a Macy's. It's very big. She said it's not the largest, but it's one of the largest. It's really big. So what I did buy, which I already told you, I'm not going to show you exactly, but I bought 6 pairs of men's socks. I paid $10 for them, and I already listed them fulfilled by merchant. So those are listed, and I listed them at $35, and I am the only seller, which is super awesome. Doesn't happen like really frequently. It does happen, you know, that you're the only seller, but not as often as I would like it to. Let's just say that. My arm's already hurting. Stinking car. This is a Hyundai Ioniq. If you're in the market for a hybrid, I have only had it for 4 days. I really like this car. I used to have a Prius as my work car, and I really liked my Prius. Super fuel efficient, great. But this one I think is like turbocharged or something, because it's really fast. Dare I say it, even faster than my BMW, which is crazy to me. This car is very fast. My boyfriend said it has like a turbo engine or something. So I really like this car. I would buy this car for a work car because I have my own business with real estate. I can write off a lot of stuff with a car. So a lot of times, not a lot of times, for the last couple of years, I had a work Prius. So I have been looking for another work hybrid car. It's just super, it just makes sense living in Los Angeles to have something like that. But car prices are ridiculous right now. And I never say never, but I probably will never buy a new car. So used cars are just like skyrocketing. Like I'm not going to buy a car for a year or two. Probably buy another investment property. Anyways, we talk about all things money here on this channel. So I scored in the socks. I was very happy with that. I probably should have cleared them out, but the socks that I did get, I always tell you guys, I'm super honest with you, the rank is kind of high. So I don't think they're going to sell very fast. The rank for 2 pairs was 800,000. The rank for the other pair was 970,000, which might sound like a lot, but go and watch my Amazon beginner video. For clothing, I mean, it is high, but it's not like it's 2 million. I've seen some clothing items that are like 4 million, 5 million, or no rank. I don't buy things with no rank. That basically means that either it hasn't sold ever or it has not sold in a very long time, and I just don't want to tie my money up like that. So I don't think these socks are going to sell like tonight, but they probably will sell within the next month, because those ranks for clothes, let me turn this car off, even though it's for clothing, even though the number's kind of high, because it's in clothing, that rank is not like super, super high. It's still going to sell, I would say, within the next month, maybe sooner. Subscribe. I'll keep you posted on that. And then I bought a men's sweatshirt. It's a designer brand. The retail tag is $200. It has the retail tag on it. And I paid $30 for it, and I listed it. I'm the only seller in that size. That's another tip, you guys. If you scan an item, let's say you scan a men's Nike sweatshirt in a size large, and there's 20 sellers on it, and you're like, I don't want to do that. But Marshalls also has a size small and medium. Scan all sizes, because just because there's 20 sellers on the size large does not mean there's 20 sellers on the size small or medium. And that's what happened with this sweatshirt. So on the size large, there was a very big scale seller. And one way to easily tell that just from the seller app is to look at how many reviews they have. This, oh, what does that mean? It says battery discharge warning. What? I don't know. They had 600,000 reviews. So I was like, okay, they're a big time seller, but they only had size large. There's no other sellers on size medium. I listed it, I think, for $120. I paid $30. And, yeah, it's really good. The rank was 1 million though. So again, not a super low rank, probably going to sit for a while, but I'm totally okay with that being the only seller. And, yeah. Another thing to mention, sometimes with clothing though, you guys, you have to be careful, because the rank, let's say, for example, if that sweatshirt is 1 million, sometimes that rank of 1 million is for all sizes. So your size might even be a higher rank than that. So, you know, you take a risk with clothing and higher ranks and like shoes. So just be aware of that. Another tip I wanted to share with you, this is very candid. I always tell you guys I share the good, the bad, and the ugly. In Q4 especially, if you're doing clothing, just keep in mind you might have a lot of returns, or more returns than you usually do in January, because a lot of people buy these things as gifts, you guys, and maybe the person, it doesn't fit, maybe they don't like it, so you're gonna have some more returns. Well, that's one reason I love selling grocery, right? Because obviously people buy stuff, they eat it, they consume it, they're not going to return it usually, you know. But when you do clothing, you just have to be aware of that. So just thought I would share that if you haven't thought of that. Okay, friends, hopefully you enjoyed. I think I did pretty good for 50. I was in there for like 49 minutes to be exact. I am going to hang out with my baby. He's at home with his nanny. Maybe I'll show you guys him, because a couple of you were like, I want to see Zane. I haven't seen him in a while. We celebrated his 1-year birthday 2 weeks ago. I already told you guys about that. All right. I'll show you clips of Zane. We'll close out the video. Don't forget to subscribe. I love you, and I will see you soon. Bubbles. Oh, want some more? Bubbles. I'm waving Bubbles around. He loves Bubbles. It's hard to do this one-handed, friends.